Welcome to a brief conversation on self awareness. As you're progressing on your journey of emotional intelligence, self awareness is absolutely essential to your success because it's the cornerstone, right? Like we learned in class, it's the cornerstone to the rest of the competencies of emotional intelligence. So I'd like to share with you a brief thought that came to me in an article online that was produced by a young lady named Maria Bogdanis back in July of 2018. And I thought it was really important to create this analogy. And it's kind of like when you're creating or making a quiche. Yeah, if you're making a quiche, you know that the crust hardens separately and before any of the filling can be added, right? That's the way it forms. The foundation has to be solid, which is very similar to the foundation of emotional intelligence being self-awareness and how important it is. So let's look at the quick ingredients for the self-awareness crust, if you will. The first is metacognition, the practice of being a neutral observer of yourself. And that's tough, right? That's all about suspending judgment. This means that while going throughout your day, you notice your thoughts and emotions as they arise within different interactions, and you resist making a judgment about them, but instead just being there to be part of them and taking notes of them or about them. The next piece is introspection. It's the practice of thinking about what you have observed and finding correlations in the thinking patterns. Again, not using judgment, guilt, or shame, but getting to the root of what and why is behind your thinking patterns as they develop. The next area is the paradigm shift, the practice of realizing what patterns of thinking no longer hold value to you. And as you develop and mature and go through different experiences in life, you'll find some patterns of thinking are much more important than others. Things that are based on what you believed were valid, that were probably expected of you from someone else, rather than aligning with your innate value system and who you are as a person now. The next piece is a safe space. That's the practice of giving yourself grace and forgiveness for having believed something in the past and letting go of the need to keep it going since the belief no longer serves your value system. The next area is recalibration, the practice of self-inquiry and asking yourself what you truly desire in life for yourself and others. Making a commitment to following your values and not being swayed by others' expectation or value system. Realignment, the practice of creating thinking patterns that are in harmony with what you value, so that what you say, think, and do are all in agreement. The next area is peaceful acceptance, the practice of accepting yourself, even when old patterns reoccur, to notice them and mindfully recalibrate back to positive growth. Again, recentering back to the positive growth. Developing habits that create peace and personal fulfillment instead of habits that cause guilt and shame. Personal empowerment, the practice of becoming stronger because you now act from a place that resonates with you and what you believe in, and have removed the mental clutter and confusion of what should be done to what you want to do. Empathy and engagement, the practice of being aware of yourself and those around you, extending peace and grace to others, modeling self-awareness as a way of being. Lastly, remaining in love, the practice of staying in grace relationship with yourself and others. When negative feelings and hate and bitterness arise, to be able to continuously notice them and choose to transcend the situations that cause these feelings and stay grounded in self-worth, which promotes love. The benefits of self-awareness are vast and absolutely wonderful. You become less reactive and more mindful in your decisions because you're looking at the why behind them. You're also creating and developing your emotional intelligence because you have learned to be a neutral observer of yourself. So when an emotion arises, you are free to feel it, but not necessarily act on it until you understand its true roots. Hey, enjoy your journey in emotional intelligence. I'm looking forward to talking with you next when we dive into self-management. Have a great day, and if I can serve you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a great day. Goodbye.